Caitlin Clark going to be playing here in Baltimore this summer at CFG Bank Arena. The Washington Mystics announced their 2 games with the Indiana Fever being moved from their home arena in D.C. to a larger venue in order to accommodate the anticipated crowd.
You thought the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese
just made a move that has everyone talking, shifting their home games against Clark's Indiana Fever to Angel Reese's backyard, Baltimore, Maryland. Let's be honest, this is a strategic money play by the Mystics, but Reese's fans are losing their minds over it. The real question is, why not just move the game to Capital One Arena in D.C. like last season? Did the Mystics deliberately put Reese in a position where she could get overshadowed in her own hometown, no matter how you slice? This decision is setting up for absolute WNBA chaos, and truthfully, we're here for every single moment of it. Angel Reese's fans are in full panic mode, and the reactions are absolutely priceless. Caitlin Clark is about to take center stage in Reese's home turf not once, but twice this season, and the meltdown from her supporters is downright entertaining. What you're witnessing is the Caitlin Clark effect at full power and
special release straight from the NBA website, man. Indiana Fever 2025 road games at Mystics moved to Baltimore. So Angel, man, I mean, listen, y'all made a big deal 2 weeks ago about a Caitlin Clark billboard being put up in Chicago.
Chicago fans already got a preview of this. When Clark played there earlier, the energy in the arena was electric. Every seat was filled, and the hype was through the roof. But let's be honest, fans weren't there to watch Angel Reese struggle from the field and overreact to routine plays. They came to see Caitlin Clark do what she does best: dominate the game, set records, and elevate the league in a way that no other player has done in years. This is what the WNBA has been waiting for: an undeniable star who pulls in crowds and delivers real excitement. And sorry, that excitement isn't coming from
attention. Her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark, because she wins the national title. First thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark.
Now, Sky fans who somehow believe Angel Reese is the new face of the WNBA are in damage control. Every time Clark steps onto their home court, it serves as a painful reality check. Reese's supporters have spent months hyping her up as the next big thing. But here's the truth: you can't be the face of the league if no one outside your fan bubble cares. The only time Reese gets attention is when she's involved in some controversy, missing easy shots, or throwing shade at other players. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is doing what actual superstars do: breaking records, selling out arenas, and bringing in an entirely new audience to the sport. And the irony, even Reese's biggest supporters have to admit what the rest of us have known all along: the WNBA is thriving because of Caitlin Clark. Before she entered the
hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Assistant TV ratings were low and national interest was fading. Now arenas are packed, broadcasts are setting records, and every team wants in on the Caitlin Clark experience. And let's be real, it's not because Angel Reese is putting up decent stats against weaker competition. It's because Clark is a generational player who makes every matchup must watch. Chicago fans are desperately holding on to the illusion that Angel Reese is in the same conversation as Caitlin Clark, but let's break it down. Clark is casually draining logo threes, threading impossible passes, and creating viral highlights every game. And Reese, she's playing hard, no doubt, but there's a
very thin line between hate and facts. And what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all, I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership.
Energy role player and being a true franchise cornerstone, the WNBA is a business. And when it comes to the player who's selling tickets, jerseys, and skyrocketing TV ratings, the answer is obvious. And here's a hint: it's not the one flexing after making a routine layup. It's not just the fans struggling to accept this new reality. The Chicago Sky organization is feeling the pressure too. They have no choice but to market Angel Reese as their franchise star. Yet Every time Caitlin Clark steps into their arena, she completely takes over the sold-out crowds, the surging jersey sales, the highlight replays that dominate social media. It's all
Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up.
Meanwhile, Reese's fanbase is scrambling to make sense of what's happening. They claim she's great for the culture, but last time we checked, cultural influence doesn't sell out stadiums on its own. What does ticket sales and TV ratings? And Caitlin Clark is delivering both. Like nobody else, WNBA teams are catching on fast. When they see what Clark has done for Indiana, they all want a piece of the action. This league has never seen this level of national buzz before. And let's be real, it's not, because Angel Reese is grabbing rebounds. Clark's presence transforms ordinary regular season games into major events. She's turning casual observers into diehard fans, while Reese's supporters are left watching as their favorite plays second fiddle to the biggest star in.
Caitlin Clark has brought so many eyes to women's basketball that it's amazing. A dude named Acho, I forgot his first name, is something Acho.
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. He showed how in 5 days before the draft, she made the WNBA more money than they would have made in the next.
Talk about the endless list of excuses, because there's always a new one. When Reese underperforms, first it was that she's young, then it was that she needs more time, now it's that she's still adjusting. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is getting double and triple teamed, hacked on nearly every play, and still putting up elite numbers. Funny how one player constantly gets excuses while the other just goes out and proves game after game why she's the most impactful player the WNBA has seen in years. Reese's fanbase is absolutely scrambling, and it's honestly hilarious. They're shouting, why isn't Angel getting the same star treatment? Why aren't teams bending over backward for her too? The answer is simple, she's not.
Jeez. Man. Y'all were mad about that billboard a couple of weeks ago. The Reese's Pieces were. I mean, I just... This is going to annoy Angel. I know it is. And I know that they had to, because the MCI Center, whatever, Verizon Center is under renovation.
Selling out 10,000-seat arenas in record time. Every city she plays and turns into a must-see spectacle. Fever ticket sales are soaring, and opposing teams are literally shifting venues just to accommodate the insane demand to see her play. Meanwhile, Reese's fans are left scratching their heads, wondering why her games aren't drawing the same frenzy. Reality check: nobody is moving their games for Angel Reese. No teams are rushing to secure larger venues to meet overwhelming ticket demand. The unrivaled league experiment already proved that when Clark isn't in the equation, the excitement simply isn't the same. Reese's fans continue to expect the world to bow down.
Say, see ya there. Now, the Indiana Fever stated venue change, a regular season game on May the 28th. On September 7th at the Washington Mystics are moving to CFG Arena in Baltimore, bruh. So as y'all can see here, say game location change, CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. Somebody said, could it be the Mystic owner doesn't want the Caitlin Clark
all royalty? But the truth is undeniable. Clark is on another level. Her impact is measurable and undeniable, while Reese is left playing catch-up, making the most noise without delivering the same results. People aren't fighting for tickets to see Reese. They're not forcing teams to expand arenas just to get a glimpse of her on the court. That right there is the difference. And let's talk about Sheila Johnson, the owner of the Washington Mystics. She really thought she was making a statement with her speech about Caitlin Clark. She stood in front of the cameras insisting that the media
Preseason game, Brazil versus the preseason game against the Brazilian national team, sold out in 36 minutes, 15,000 fans. There's tickets for that game.
The attention around that Clark wasn't the only player who deserved the spotlight. She tried to frame it as advocating for the underappreciated stars of the WNBA. Fast forward a few weeks, and suddenly the Mystics are moving their games to a bigger arena. And why? Because of Caitlin Clark, CL. So let's get this straight. When it suits the narrative, Clark is just another player, nothing special, right? But the second ticket sales start skyrocketing suddenly. She's the best thing that's ever happened to the Mystics. The contradiction is wild. If this was truly about promoting all WNBA players equally, why weren't they moving stadiums before? Why weren't they selling out games before? Oh, that's right, because Angel Reese and the rest of the league weren't drawing crowds like that. Sheila, one moment you're preaching about how the media should...
But I'm just like, it's not even about the price for me. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm comparing the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky because they said that it was like Me Too. Like, you guys are watching women's basketball because of Me Too. I mean, bro, everybody could get into this. Like, literally everybody could get into this.